that we bring into you. Every time we turn live, man, you know it's the truth. Every after show, moving down. This the time we move around. No Gimmicks podcast is going down. Every night, every time in the ring. This is the time for no gimmicks, no, we doing our thing. What's your state of mind, state of mind? Moving down a statement when we take the line. This is exactly wrestling the state design. When you see Stone Cold like me, with the stunner in the world, exactly, man, what we bring. Every night we move like Brock Lesnar, the F5, no gimmicks. We take you to your limit, what's the feeling? When we live in the air, you know we on, this the time. Guarantee we move, you know how we respond. The state design, when we feel it.
Yo, what is up? We are just a few days away from the biggest mania of all time. Welcome back to the No Gimmicks podcast here on the DFPN. We have got a good show for you guys tonight. We did already had a show pretty much before we jumped on here. that pre-show talk was a show in itself. So we're gonna give you guys WrestleMania predictions tonight. Night 1, night 2. If you're up, man, let your voices be heard. We are outside the walls of Patreon tonight. If you got picks, get them in. Shout out to everybody in the No Gimmicks podcast fan group, and shout out to everybody that's been tapping in. So my co-host, the fabulous, you're not even Frank D, the chosen one tonight, man. What's up?
Brother, it's just, I changed with the time. So right now until I find something else, it's just, it's Frank D. But yes,
no gimmick.
The fabulous one himself, no gimmicks needed, Frank D.
Yep.
I'm hearing the theme song one more time.
That is me. You want to hear it again?
Well,
let's play it again.
Well, listen, it's a dope song, it's a dope track, but we got some stuff we got to talk about tonight.
Let's
WrestleMania 40, supposedly the biggest WrestleMania of all time. I don't know about that, but some big things.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Some big things happen, man. We had a monumental interview this week.
We did. We
had the Disney proxy vote that happened today.
Yep.
So
that was. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a minute. We got some time.
Yeah.
So the shareholders are letting their voices be known. They did not like Disney's picks.
Because everything Bob Iger said was a bunch of bullshit, is what it was. First of all, you have to look at the situation like I do, okay? And first of all, I want to give a shout out to where I get all my information, thatparkplace.com, all right? And the Pro channel, WDW Pro on YouTube. Stay up to date with everything that's happening right now with Disney and Nelson Post and everything that was going down. And the whole point of the proxy battle was for, Nelson Post was trying to get, 2 board seats on the Disney board to try to turn Disney back to prominence, instead of what they are right now, which is a company that is losing a lot more money than what they're bringing in. And, Bob Iger, this guy, like he was running for re-election or some shit. And this was just about a board seat. You know what I'm saying? But he promised a bunch of stuff that's not going to happen. And Wall Street's responding to it. They were not happy at all with the way this vote went down. And the Disney shareholders that voted for the board, well, now you feel dumb that you did that, because none of the projects that Iger talked about are going to happen. Then on top of that, when the shareholders meeting was going on, Bob Iger would not take any live calling questions. All the questions were probably pre-screened and some shit they came up with, and it was done with an AI voice. And I'm not even sure that was even Bob Iger that was talking. I'm pretty sure it was AI as well. It's just a very weird situation, and the stock is tanking. And you would think on their biggest day, a big proxy battle like this, you would think that the shares and all that would have gone up. The price of stock would be going up, but it's not. So that's just very interesting to me.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was an interesting thing, but I don't know, man. We'll see what happens, because that was a very interesting move. So I'm gonna be glued to see what they're doing next, because that's gonna affect a lot of stuff. So a lot of stuff. So that was interesting to see.
I mean, just look at the situation here of all the franchises that Disney has destroyed. Look at how they've killed Star Wars. Okay, I mean, let's just be honest. I'm a Star Wars fanatic. Even now, the shit is dead. It's dead. All right. You have the Skywalker saga being replayed in movie theaters in only 15 fucking theaters in the whole United States because
Can't get away with it.
no one wants to touch it.
Can't
So
get away with it.
the only movie they have playing locally to me is Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, with a little sneak peek of The Acolyte, which I don't give a shit about that show. So I'm like, I can do one or two things. I can either go to the movie theater, okay, and watch The Phantom Menace in the theaters, which I didn't do in 1999 when it came out because I wasn't a fan. I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could just put up my projection screen and watch it in the comfort of my own home and watch all the movies on my screen. And I think that's a way better option. And at the same time, I'm not giving Disney any fucking money. So I think I might go that route.
Well, hey, it's your money. You do with it what you want.
You fucked up the church's money.
You do with it what you want.
Yeah. But it's like, but it's so ridiculous. You know, they destroyed Star Wars. They destroyed Indiana Jones. I mean, they've destroyed so much shit. Just killed it.
Hey man, you gotta let them live. Let them live. Who knows?
Hey,
It might surprise you.
I'm not a Disney shareholder yet, but I plan on it. And then I'm like, the bottom line of it is, you guys suck.
Yeah, it helps if I voted, because I own Disney shares. So
Listen, your fucking 2 shares don't count.
Bullshit.
Your marks. You're not any of the big fucking investment companies like J.P. Morgan Chase and
Whatever.
all these other ones that voted for
My voice counts. I own stock.
Your voice is like these nuts, right?
Hey, they wouldn't give me a ballot if my shit didn't count.
Oh, shut up, you mark.
But let's get into these Mania picks, man. We got 2 days of Mania. Night 1 is a very interesting night because the end of night 1 leads us into night 2. But let's do this because it looks like we're gonna get a kickoff show. And if I had to guess, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio are going to open up that WrestleMania kickoff show. So they've actually been telling a pretty decent story the past couple of weeks with this. Pretty much Santos Escobar, him and Dom had history before, in which Dom ended up turning on his dad. Santos was like, "You're right." And Ray is teaming up with Dragon Lee, who is the newest member of the LWO, and they're facing those two. What you got?
I think that's a hard pick for me, honestly, because Dragon Lee just came to the main roster.
Yep.
But at the same time, you're trying to push Santos here. Dominic definitely needs to win because he didn't get the win last year at Mania. So I'm gonna go with Santos and Dom. I think they need to win more at this point.
Okay, we got some guys in the chat. What up, KC? What up, Jeff? And KC saying Judgment Day is going to break up on Mania. I kind of agree with this. I do think this will end up. I think we might get a turn here in this match, but I think it's going to be Dragon Lee turning on Rey Mysterio and aligning himself with Santos Escobar. I think that's gonna happen.
See, you know, I'm gonna tell you why I think that's a bad idea. Because how many more years does Rey Mysterio have left?
He ain't got a lot.
So you would need someone there as an apprentice that can take Rey Mysterio's place, and that would be Dragon Lee. So I wouldn't turn Dragon Lee. You gotta let the WWE universe get to know who Dragon Lee is before you make that kind of an emotional move, which would be him turning heel. So I wouldn't do it personally. There's not been a story build for that to happen. So I would wait on it, do it down the line.
Jeff seems to agree. He said Dragon Lee's going to turn. And he is Rush's brother. Oh, Andrade is already there. But I don't know, man. It just, to me, it seems like it's too good of an idea to bring him in, right? You brought him in as a member of the LWO. Why? If your intent is to actually be a master apprentice type of relationship, it almost seems like you got to split from the LWO yourself, which we already have this thing with Ray. He don't even need to be there. You know what I'm saying? So
why? Okay, so why is the LWO even there in the first place?
I have no idea.
See, I don't even understand why they brought it back to begin with. When here's that history lesson again, folks. When Rey Mysterio was in the WCW, where the LWO originally came from, he didn't want to be in the faction. So when they brought the LWO back, I always thought Dominic Mysterio should have been the one that resurrected, because he's essentially trying to be Eddie anyways with the mullet and shit.
Yep.
So it would have made sense for Dominic to resurrect the LWO. That's what I would have done. And Dominic, and if you break the Judgment Day up, technically that could still happen, because Dominic could turn, and Dominic could leave the LWO at this point.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So I'm thinking something's gonna be afoot here, to where this may actually be the case, where Dom and Santos probably re-kickstart the LWO as a heel faction, which would be awesome.
I mean, yeah, but you got, I don't know. I just think it's too late. I mean, LWO, I said this last week. LWO had their peak at WrestleMania Backlash last year in Puerto Rico. That's when it had its peak. When Bad Bunny was there and all that. That's when you had the peak of the faction. You got Carlito there, and you ain't doing shit with Carlito. And then you give us some trash music at that. You know what I mean? It's not the same.
I agree with you. But I'm thinking something may be afoot. But I'm going to pick Dom and Santos to win this match.
Same as me. Okay.
All right. Then next up, we got Bianca Belair, Naomi, Jade, Cargill making her WrestleMania debut, going up against Damage Control. This one's almost a layup, bro. It's a layup.
You already know pretty much that Damage Control is doing the JOB here.
Oh my goodness, bro. And Jade's making her debut. Yeah. I think she's gonna get the pin, honestly.
Yeah.
And if I had to have anybody take that pin, probably Dakota Kai.
Yeah. Because this whole match, honestly, is going to be around protecting Jade.
Yes.
At all costs. She's in there with experienced workers. So it's going to be protecting her, highlighting her strengths.
Yep.
And not showing any of the weaknesses.
Exactly.
So
I am curious. I am curious to how far they let her go. Like, how much ring time are you giving her in this match?
I would keep it. I would keep it short, honestly.
Yeah, short, sweet.
Because,
you have Bianca in there, who's a good worker. You also have Trinity, who's a Naomi, who's a good worker as well.
Yeah. You got people that can carry that match.
Yeah, they can do the leg work for you.
Yeah,
and
she just needs to get the hot tag and just go in there and do some power moves, whatever, show what she can do. Absolutely. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going here with Jade, Bianca, and Naomi.
Absolutely. I'm with you there. And in the chat, we got Jeff says Team Jade. KC says automatic, and he's picking EO to take the pin, which I could see that happening too. So, but yeah, actually, it's Kyrie. I'm sorry, Kyrie will take the pin. All right, then next up we got the 6-pack ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. And here's a caveat that Michael Cole alluded to the fact that these may actually be split up. So we may get something where both titles are hanging. One team takes one set of titles and another team takes another set of titles. So here's what I'm saying. Here's my pick.
Well, why don't you tell us who the teams are first?
All right. So we have the Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Finn Balor, Awesome Truth, DIY, New Day, New Cash Republic, which is Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, and 8-Town Down Under, which is the team of Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
Damn, I'm not very excited about any of those teams, to be honest with you. But if I had to pick one, it would be Grayson Waller and Austin Theory to win, because it would be the team that you wouldn't think would win.
Right. Now, if we get into a 2-belt situation, my pick would be Judgment Day retains overall. But if we get into a 2-belt situation to where they actually split these things up, then my pick would be Awesome Truth and 8-Town Down Under.
Yeah, because one team would have the belts on Raw, the other team would have the belts on SmackDown. So that makes perfect sense. So I'll go with you on that, with the slim possibility of Judgment Day retaining. But I would also like to see at this point Priest and Finn Balor kind of go on their own.
I think this is the safest way to get the titles off of them, to where Damian Priest actually looks he doesn't look weak in this situation. I think this is the safest route because he is the Money in the Bank, and I do think that he will have an impact on WrestleMania.
He possibly could, or WrestleMania Backlash is where I think he could strike as well.
Right.
Yeah.
It has to be before Money in the Bank, but I think so. But those are my picks. And then next we have Jimmy versus Jay, Yeet versus No Yeet, brother versus brother. The 15-year tradition continues at WrestleMania. Your pick, sir.
Damn, man. See, this was a match when this is this is really sucks because I just there's just nothing to this match for me. Like there's no heat to this at all. You know what I mean? And we talked about this last week that Jay, all this shit happened back in August.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I you know something, I'm seeing the comments here, and I do agree at some point Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga will come in, but it won't be in this match.
Not in this match, no.
Not in this match. I think it's gonna do something with night 2.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
But for this match here, I got to go with Jay. Because and I'll tell you the reason why real quick.
Okay.
From a storyline standpoint, you cost me the Universal Championship at SummerSlam. You also cost me the Intercontinental Championship. So I owe you a good ass whooping. So at
I would agree with that.
I'm gonna get mine. Because it's not like the same situation here with, say, when Bret Hart wrestled Owen Hart, and then later on in the night, Bret Hart became the WWF champion. Right. It's not the same situation.
No, it's not.
What I mean? And that story there, that was a good story they told, and it started in November at Survivor Series. Right. And then it culminated at the Royal Rumble when they lost the tag belts, and then they wrestled at WrestleMania 10. Right. That's why I said before that this story has been dragged out, and and at the time too, when the Hart situation was going on, there was no brand split. You know what I'm saying? So they were on the
Yeah.
same shows.
Right.
That played a big part in the reason why there's been really no build up for this match. And it could have been a whole lot more exciting than what they're giving us.
I agree. This could have been built up very well. And I'm with you. They started way too early. SummerSlam was way too early to start this. They'd have started it at Survivor Series, let it cook. This probably would have stole the show.
Yeah, now you want to talk about somebody interfering in his match? It will probably be Solo because he is her brother.
I would agree with that too.
Yeah, so I can see Solo interfering.
For shits and giggles, I would love to see them just do a straight up 1-up match.
For shits and giggles, yes.
Yeah,
a straight up one up match.
But it's gonna be
because they're all brothers,
right?
We gotta figure out how we can involve Usin or somehow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's that's what it is.
Probably get Rikishi involved in this.
That's what I was about to say that too.
Yep.
Get Rikishi out there.
Yep. I know shenanigans are gonna happen in this match just because they want it to.
Yeah, and Rikishi even did an interview where Rikishi said that he would love the ending of the match to be them two shaking hands and pretty much the feud ending right there. That's what he would love for that to happen.
Right.
Because, I mean, a lot of people want the two brothers to go back together anyways. And
Jay
them
alluded
being
to
split, them being split has really hurt the tag division. It fell off.
You are right. You are right about that. You are right about that. Now, I do want to see them end it. I do think Jimmy's going to win this match, though. Jimmy needs it more than Jay.
Well, you know what they say. The last person to go over on TV usually loses. And if we remember what happened on Monday Night Raw, The Rock beat Jey Uso's ass. So.
You're right. You're right. You're right. Which Cody got his ass whooped too. Seth did too. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. That's interesting. Next match, Gunther, the Intercontinental Champion versus Sami Zayn.
You mean Gunther versus Rocky Balboa, right?
Yep.
That's what I got from that.
City of Philly.
That's what I got from that whole thing with him and Chad Gable.
Yep.
That's what I'm getting from it. So I believe that Gunther is going to retain.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has to retain. Because, I mean, okay, so if you beat Gunther, where do you go after that? Like, it's a double standard. We could break Gunther's championship reign, but we can't break Roman's.
Hey, man, listen, we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
We'll get to that in a minute. But I get what you're saying. And in the chat, we got Gable turns on Sammy for sure. I think he drops it and wins it again in Berlin. I think, you know what? I'm gonna agree with you, man. I think he picks this up. I think he retains. And I think he holds it past Berlin.
Yeah, I mean, what would make the point, the sense of him dropping the championship and then winning it back? That record has now been destroyed because you lost the belt.
You gotta go back home a conquering champion. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. And listen, man, for what Gunther's done for that championship, like the fact that it's not a clown championship anymore. And him holding it and defending it at Mania, actually, it means something. More so than any other of the secondary titles.
Yeah, he has brought it back to being the workhorse championship.
Yep. If you ask me, this match is, I'm gonna say number 3 on Mania. It's match 3. Well, 4, because you got the 2 main events, then the World Heavyweight Championship, and I would say this one. That it's number 4. So, which is better than we don't really care about this one. You could put this one in a ladder match and it won't mean shit. but straight up one-on-one for the title, it actually means a lot more in this scenario. But I'm gonna pick Gunther to retain. And then moving on to the co-main event of night number 1, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch.
So that's a tough one.
This is a tough one.
That's a tough one.
This is a tough one.
Because Becky's on a book push right now.
Yep.
So to me, it makes more sense for her to get the championship at this point. So I'm gonna go with Becky Lynch on this one. Yeah,
I'm gonna go Rhea. And I think we get a heel Becky out of it.
yeah. See, but here's the thing, dude. Like they already did that. Big time Bex. We already saw that. So now
Yeah,
we're retreading now. We already saw that.
I know.
And heels don't sell books.
This is true. Which it makes me, if you listen to what Becky has been saying about Rhea, it's almost in the Bret Hart sense, to where I represent all that's good and what I've been trying to fight against and bring this company to. It doesn't sound like it's more real. It's not the man. It's not big time Bex. I believe that what I'm fighting for is right. And I believe what I'm trying to bring the women's division to is right. And I believe everything that you're doing is setting us back. Which is why I'm thinking Rhea's going to retain. And why I'm thinking out of that, we're going to get a very pissed off Becky.
It would make more sense. Honestly, it would make more sense for Rhea to drop the championship, because that adds further intrigue to the Judgment Day split. Because now they don't look as dominant and powerful anymore. Because Rhea Ripley is de facto the leader of the Judgment Day.
This is true.
So if she loses that championship, now we're going to see, okay, you are not what we thought you were.
Right.
And let's just say Dominic loses his match. And then Priest and Finn Balor lose. All the Judgment Day lose. You know what I'm saying? So there's a story to be told there. That shit.
If they start dropping the titles.
Yeah, we need to drop. Yeah. Maybe we are splitting up this faction now. Because, shit.
All of them are on for night 1, too, by the way.
Yeah. JD Madonna can't get a win to save his life.
Nope.
So, you know what I mean? He's the resident jobber of the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
So I'm
like to say it like that.
There's no upswing in this. So I'm going with Becky Lynch. Just seeing is basically the story they're trying to tell, and on top of that, we've already seen a heel Becky. Just like nobody wants to see a heel Seth Rollins at this point. It's just we've seen that. Give us something new.
Yeah, but are we really sold on Seth Rollins in his current form? I'm not. I'm sorry.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to him. Yeah. We'll get to him. But we got a comment from TK's Coke dealer. Becky, but not for a long run.
TK's Coke dealer. What the hell? Oh my God.
Maybe Becky wins it and then loses it back to Rhea at Backlash. They'd have a Fire Extreme match at Extreme Rules. Is gonna be a thing this year. I don't know. I doubt that, but I don't know. I'm gonna stick with Rhea. I'm gonna stick with Rhea.
No, I'm just laughing at homeboy's name.
I know. I saw it and was like trying not to pop.
Oh my gosh. It's because it's true.
Stop. All right, man. The one we came to see. The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Main eventing night 1. The floor is yours.
So you got this tag match. The biggest tag match of all time. You got Hollywood Rock, the final boss, Roman Reigns. Then you got Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. For it's either Bloodline rules, which means anything goes, anybody can interfere at WrestleMania Night 2. Shit. I'm stumped on this one. And I like that. I like the fact that I'm stumped because I don't know where this goes, right? I don't know if The Rock is going to get in this match here and doesn't get injured 5 minutes in.
You don't know shit.
You know what I'm saying?
That's great. It's great.
I don't know. They've been teasing this bloodline rules shit. So that would be a story in itself that Cody has to do all of this stuff to defeat the odds of the bloodline. Run the gauntlet pretty much for the bloodline. So I would say that The Rock and Roman would get the win here, but doing how wrestling booking works, I'm probably going to go with Seth Rollins and Cody. I'll go with that.
Who takes the pin in that shit though?
Shit, Seth. Or well, I mean Seth would I mean, damn. Because you can't, I mean,
who's taking the pin?
This is an impossible situation here because you got the World Heavyweight Champion, you got the #1 contender and Royal Rumble winner, you got the Universal Champion, and you got The Rock, who's the final boss.
Yes,
that's like
who's
shit.
Taking the pin in this match?
That's a Hulk Hogan that doesn't work for me, brother type of situation.
Yeah,
you know, this is like a Bash at the Beach 2000 all over again.
Bro, The Rock has been looking ultra strong the entire time he's been back.
I agree with Tony Khan's Coke dealer here that The Rock is only one who really doesn't need the because The Rock, when WrestleMania is over, The Rock is going to go off to Hollywood because he has to go do some damn movie he's got going on before the strikes, happen. So shit. I don't know, dude. Some I don't know, man. You know what? I'm changing my vote. I'm thinking Rock and Roman are going to win this match. I'm thinking Seth Rollins is taking the pin. Yeah, I think it's going to be Bloodline rules at WrestleMania because that's the only way you can involve, a Tama Tonga or Jacob Fatu.
I struggle with this one. I actually struggle with this one. What kills me is that Seth and Drew are night 2. That's what throws me off. So the fact that they're both, everybody that besides The Rock is wrestling on night 2. So my brain wants to say Cody and Seth are going to win this and The Rock is going to take the pin.
That would make sense because that would lead to The Rock getting revenge.
Night 2.
Okay. But then there's also the slight possibility of what I've been predicting all this time, that Cody could turn heel.
Yes.
Sell his soul to the devil to become the world champion, and then that's the Roman Reigns redemption story at that point would begin, of him going face.
Right.
Which is the ultimate goal in the first place, was for Roman to go babyface eventually. Be the face.
Which we talked before this show, and I said that Roman documentary that they pushed out this week makes it hard for me to not like Roman. Sympathetically, I am a Roman Reigns fan after watching that documentary. It's hard for me to hate him. But it also makes sense that if you are going to try to make this guy the top babyface, you've already pulled the linchpin. You've already pulled it.
Well, I guess we'll find out on Saturday at night 1.
We'll see. So right now, my prediction is Rock Roman lose. night 1, and we get a straight up match night 2.
But remember, we got a straight up match at night 2 last year.
We
And we got
did.
all that interference.
We did.
So I'm picking Roman and The Rock to win. And it's bloodline rules.
All right. Okay. I'm going to stick with my pick. I'm going to stick with my pick.
I'm going to take my pick too.
All right. But for the sake of chaos, we'll say we'll talk about your pick, because mine is kind of bland anyway, in which I think Cody does turn night 2 in a straight up match. The Rock comes down, gets his revenge, kinda, but we end up getting a turn out of it.
Yeah, The Rock gets his revenge. But who does The Rock get his revenge on?
Roman.
Right. Who does the bloodline go after? Roman. And it would tell such a good story because he inducted Paul into the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
The wise man.
Bro, everything is there for this guy to not be hated.
Yeah.
Everything is there for him to not be hated.
I've been predicting it for months here on this podcast, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
If they give us the Seth Rollins turning, I'm like, okay, well, this is why I watch this shit. Because it's the same, it's the same story. But I'm predicting here a WrestleMania 17 situation again with Steve Austin and Mr. McMahon. That's what I'm predicting.
The cards are on the table, man.
Yeah, Cody had Cody went down that route before of trying to do things the right way and trying to become the world champion the right way, and he got fucked over. Yep. So what do you do about that? This time, I have to finish the story. My mama is going to be there. Mama Rose is going to be there.
Yep.
Could you imagine if he turns heel and they zoom the camera in on his mom, and she's like, "What the hell?"
You know what he said today? He said his whole family's going to be there. Does that include Dustin?
Okay, but Dustin could be there, but Dustin's still under AEW contract. So
what if he gets clearance?
But why would they clear him?
I don't know.
What business sense would that make?
Because Tony's a nice guy.
Let's not involve any of these AEW people on the show.
Because Tony's a nice guy.
But I don't want to do that though. That's Tony Khan's coke dealer. Is he going to let him show up?
Pay him. Pay the man.
Hey, Tony Khan's coke dealer. When you see Tony Khan, let us know.
It's wild. That was the wildest name ever. Thank you for stopping by the way.
But no, look what his comment. No, put up his comment. He just put right now.
What? Cody turns heel and aligns with Paul Heyman.
We've been saying it for months.
Yep. Yeah. We've been saying that. We've been saying this. But I think this is actually going to happen. I think it's actually going to happen. And people are going to be pissed off about it.
Yeah, and they have an opportunity here, like I've been saying on this show for months. You can recreate, won't be on the same level, but you have opportunity here to recreate Hogan 96.
Yeah, you do.
With Cody. Because Cody, everybody loves Cody for some reason.
Exactly. But that's why everybody's like, nah, it don't make sense for him to do it because he's so popular right now. Fuck that. Turn him.
Yeah, because
turn him.
Look at how Cody was being treated in AEW.
Yep.
When he was out there doing the same exact shtick.
I've
been saying this a while. Cody is a heel. He just don't know it.
Exactly.
When I think of American Nightmare, that's a heel.
Exactly. Go look at his when you can. Go look at his interview today. And something stuck out to me during this interview. Cody was almost exactly like he was this time around last year. The demeanor, everything. And it's almost like he's like trying to not give away too much. But even that in itself, I'm like, yo, I've seen how you was this time last year. you're almost like that, but you're a little more relaxed. And it's almost like he's trying to stay how he was and not give away too much. But looking at that interview, I'm like, Cody is going to turn. He is going to turn. Night 2.
That would make the most sense to me. A Seth Rollins heel turn wouldn't work. Just
Nope.
we've already saw that. It wouldn't work. A Cody Rhodes heel turn would work because look how Seth Rollins has been really fighting for Cody. I mean, this dude got his ass beat for Cody. Got beat with a fucking weight belt. I mean, that beat down on Monday, that was like some old Hollywood Hogan NWO shit.
Oh
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
buddy.
With that weight
Yeah.
belt,
Yeah.
that's what that was to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you doing all this, and then all of a sudden you turn out to be with this motherfucker? Like, really?
Yep.
That's what we're doing now. And now Cody comes out, and it's not the same. It's not the same. You know, now you see he's truly the American Nightmare. That's what I want to see. I want to see the real American Nightmare. I want to see Bullet Club.
Oh yeah, the
Cody
shit
Rhodes.
will be boss as fuck
Yeah,
if it happens.
that's what I want to see.
Yeah, if it happens, it's gonna be boss.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be he's gonna lean all the way into it.
Because I remember what he said. What Seth Rollins says, "I will be your shield." Okay, right there.
Everything has a purpose.
Right. So Roman's been fighting with Seth. He's been fighting with Jay. All these different baby faces that he's been terrorizing. Now you're going to have to align with these dudes. Because now The Rock is taking away your bloodline. He's taking away, you know, Solo and Jimmy and your wise man. They all, I mean, you're the tribal chief, but this is the final boss. The final boss.
Yep.
And he said, I'm going to make sure, told Seth Rollins, I'm going to make sure your title goes away. So you have the Drew McIntyre thing in the back because Drew McIntyre was talking to the wise man.
Yep.
So you got a lot of different stories going there. But let's go ahead and go to night 2.
Yep, let's do night 2. First match on the card on night 2 is Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament, which is Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain. This is probably another pre-show match.
Dud.
I'm going to pick Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits.
You talking about squandered, man.
Bro.
You talking about squandered, right? Like the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. Is B-Fab still with them?
Yes.
Okay. You talking about squandered. Like Street Profits as heels was working.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
They didn't stick with it.
No, it's just
they didn't stick with
now
it.
They're called the Pride. Like this is some Lion King shit. I don't know what the hell they're doing. So I don't really care about this match. I'll be honest with you. So it's a dud for me.
That's why I said it's probably another pre-show. Which leads us into LA Knight versus AJ Styles.
I'm gonna go with my boy AJ Styles.
Everybody's picking AJ. Shout out to BCP Plus. They picked AJ. I'm picking LA Knight.
LA Knight don't have the momentum anymore yet.
He don't. And I said this too. The Rock coming back was the worst fucking thing to happen to LA
Yeah,
Knight.
Because when you have somebody out there cosplaying as somebody, and then the real guy shows up,
it killed his momentum, man. His
momentum was killed when the moment he lost to Roman. That's when his momentum was killed.
That too.
You know, but I mean, this ain't helping it.
Nope.
So I don't know. Just, you know, AJ versus LA Knight, the battle of TNA.
Yep. 2 former champions, just like TK's Coke Dealer said. 2 former TNA champions. Jeff says Knight needs the momentum, but damn, heel AJ is fire, which I agree with. Heel AJ has been on
I can see also with this match here, I can see possible interference from Gallows and Anderson.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. They'll finally come around to seeing it AJ's way.
Yep. I like that.
Which you need another heel faction.
You do. You actually do. He should go back to being Eli Drake.
Dude, I've been saying what is an LA Knight since he came out there. And that god awful music he comes out to.
That's awesome. So who you picking? You picking AJ?
I got AJ Styles.
All right. I'll pick LA. I'll pick LA. And then we move into a United States triple threat: Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens.
I want to see Randy Orton win this match.
I do too, actually.
I'm picking Orton.
I picked Orton, and I'm gonna stay with Orton. I like Orton in this situation.
Yeah.
I like Orton in this situation. And I like that he could probably bring that title to some prominence if he holds it a while. There's some stuff to get into it him. So I think you could build off of that. I like him.
Yeah, so I'm picking Orton.
Champion. Yeah, me too. Me too. And then the chat, we got Jeff says, unfortunately, I think Paul retains and I hate it.
Yeah, I'm not a Logan Paul guy. I'm not.
I'm not a Logan Paul guy either, although I respect what he does in the ring. I'm not a Logan Paul guy at all, but I respect what he does. I just, for this match, I would love to see Randy Orton come out of it as champion.
Yeah, because that's the title Randy Orton's ever held.
Right. So give it to me. Give me what I want. All right, then we go into the women's championship, WWE Women's Championship. Io Sky versus Bayley.
I'm picking Bayley.
Yep.
Tailor-made story for Bayley.
Yep. They've done great work with this one too. It's getting overshadowed by all the other shit that's going on, but I like this story. I do. I really do.
I'm picking her for that one.
Yep. The World Heavyweight Championship: Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre, co-main event. Night 2 is we're getting strong vibes. Night 2. Night 2 is strong. It starts off shit, but it's gonna pick up. But Drew versus Seth. The floor is yours, sir.
I'm going to pick Drew McIntyre to become the World Heavyweight Champion. We also have to put in the CM Punk effect because he will be on commentary at ringside.
Yep.
So who knows if he's going to interfere in the match or not. But I think that Drew is going to beat Seth because Seth is going to be too banged up from night 1.
We do have to keep that into account. Oh man. On the back end, that night 1 is crazy on the back end. because the effect that it'll have on night 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm picking
man.
I'm pretty good with Drew. Even though Drew hasn't resigned. So let's say, let's say come up with something and say, oh, he has, he's re-signed a contract. Even still, give Drew McIntyre his moment. I mean, he won the championship during the pandemic. No fans were there. So that's one of his big things is to win that championship with fans. I think he deserves it. I think he deserves that spot.
I'm going to say Drew. And now that you made me aware that Seth probably will be banged up from night 1. Oh, fuck, man. Oh, this is tough. Here's what I want. Give me Seth retaining. Then give me a pissed off Drew beating up on Seth. He's already banged up. Somehow he gets through this match. Like TK's Coke dealer said, he still has partially torn MCL. Give me an angle to where Drew hurts him. Then give me Damian Priest to cash in.
But that's 2 heels.
You talking about Damian Priest cashing in?
Yeah, because basically, well, okay, I get what you're saying. You're saying basically Seth Rollins beats Drew, and then
Seth beats Drew.
Yeah.
Drew beats down Seth.
Yeah.
Cash in.
That could be a way to do it, but then at the same time, fucking Damian Priest has no momentum. He's stuck in the tag team championship. He's basically pushed to the back.
This is true, but
so when you do a Money in the Bank cash in, it has to mean something. When Seth Rollins cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase during the match between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, it meant something because he was a successful cash in. Seth had earlier tonight. Seth lost the IC. He had lost the match to Randy Orton earlier tonight.
Didn't we call for Damian Priest to drop the tag titles?
Yeah, but that don't mean you gotta cash in for the world title. You can come out there on like Monday Night Raw and cash that shit in.
Would it mean more on Monday Night Raw?
Hell yeah, because it's the biggest. Because it's the biggest Raw after Mania. You want to have a situation where, hey, you want to repeat a Dolph Ziggler moment, cash that shit in. You don't have to do it at Mania because you're giving too much. You're giving too much. You already potentially got a tag title change. Then you have the women's title's probably changing. So you'll be giving too much, like way too much. Every title's going to change hands at WrestleMania? Nah. But we got to say something for Raw.
I'm willing to concede that. But then where does that leave the last match? Because the last match is definitely up in the air. And that's Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes.
Well,
so what are you saying? You're saying Drew. You're saying you're picking Drew. Yeah. So that's a title change.
Because we're gonna get to the main event.
So you're picking Drew, title change.
Yep.
Bayley, title change.
Yep.
Logan, title change.
Yep.
There's only one result for the main event then. And that's Roman retaining.
Yeah, why the hell not at this point? They've been going all this time.
You're picking Roman to retain?
Look. in a perfect world of booking this shit, in a story that I would tell, it would be Cody turning heel and selling his soul to the devil to get the championship. But in the WWE's business, their business is Roman Reigns retaining the title and continuing to beat the record, which ain't really breaking the record.
I know
it's not the same championship that San Martino held, and Hogan and Morales and Bob Backlund and Superstar Billy Graham. It's not the same belt.
I know.
So it doesn't matter.
So you're picking Roman to retain?
I don't. Dude, okay, the hell with this. I'm picking Cody.
Oh shit. You're picking Cody.
Yeah, I have a sneaky suspicion here that they're going to go down the route I'm saying. And if they don't, I'll drink a Diet Pepsi.
All right, get your Diet Pepsi ready. I'm picking Roman. I'm going to pick Roman. Bro, that documentary swayed me. It did. It absolutely did.
Yeah, but now the Cody doc should have swayed you too.
It did, but
yeah,
they waited. Here's the thing: they fucking waited until WrestleMania week to give me this shit. In which, oh no. Okay, hold on. So I don't want to flip. But I might have to. Because that Cody documentary it led us here, bro. It led us here. And the whole premise behind this shit is like, for everybody, if you haven't watched this documentary, please watch this documentary before WrestleMania. Watch both of them. Because I walked out, took away from Roman's, like he's about to be the most beloved person in the WWE. And I took from Cody's, A theory that led me to here is this man is just biding his time. He's still pissed off about the Dusty Rhodes shit and how it seemed like his dad held all the people that's up high now, which is Roman Reigns, Seth freaking Rollins, Sami Zayn, like all these people that are on this card known as Dusty's kids, he's been pissed off at them. And if you notice, he's kept all of them close, bro. He's been a tag champ with one of them. He's been helping out Sami Zayn. He's teaming with Seth Rollins night 1. He's going up against Roman night 2. And Roman is arguably the biggest Dusty kid. And that documentary told me a lot without even telling me, like, I'm planning to go after all of them. And it just seemed like some Anakin Skywalker shit. That's how I developed the theory. Like, this motherfucker's Anakin Skywalker, bro. He's lost too much.
Motherfucker, first of all, that was my theory, bitch.
No, we came up with this shit together.
Take my shit.
No. We came up with this shit together.
If you want to hear the archives, what I was talking about,
go back,
and go look at who started this
look at the footage.
Thing of Cody Rhodes.
Go look at the footage.
It was the fabulous one.
No, it was me.
Oh,
it was me. Please. And I did it with a question. I did it with a question. I asked the question, but we came up with this shit together. But this is what I'm saying. The story's there, man. It's there.
So who you got?
I'm going to have to flip my pick, man. I'm going to have to go Cody. And for everybody listening, for everybody watching, prepare yourselves. If you are a Cody Rhodes fan, you need to prepare yourself. He's about to break your fucking hearts.
Yep. And I'm going to enjoy every minute of it.
Remember, you heard it here first. Prepare yourself for heartbreak. Cody is about to turn heel.
And if it doesn't happen, we'll erase this recording.
You never heard it. But if it happens, you heard it here first.
Guess we'll see what happens at WrestleMania.
We'll see. There's no way he just does this shit cleanly. There's no way.
No, I do expect some interference here.
There's going to be some
and this goes into, if it is a straight up match and they say, okay, everybody from the Bloodlines barred from ringside from interfering. Let's just say that Seth and Cody win on night 1. This is where you then enter Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga into the mix. Or you can enter AJ Styles into the mix. Or you can enter Anderson Gallows into the mix. Now, what does AJ Styles, Anderson, and Gallows, Finn Balor, and Cody Rhodes have in common? They were all part of Bullet Club. Yeah. Yep. So you could build a new faction just off of that. But you can't, obviously, and we've brought this up before, you can't call it Bullet Club.
Right.
You obviously, what's the next best thing you can do? What's another piece of intellectual property that they own?
NWO.
Yeah. You can go that route.
Yeah. I'm with that. But
Tony Khan's Coke dealer says a nightmare club, and I'm like, I think the clubs. I think we're done with the clubs.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the clubs are played out.
Oh man, I haven't seen any predictions for this one. I think everybody's just along for the ride at this point. People have been quiet on this one.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. But I do see a possible heel turn coming. If they don't do it, then I'm like, okay, well, this has been cool fantasy booking this shit. And yeah, we're seeing the end of the podcast because
we'll still be here. But we'll have to change the tune. But no, this has been we've been fantasy booking this shit for months, man.
Yeah.
And up until last week, everything tracked. It's just last week they decided to flip some shit.
Yeah, and it's just the Rock beating them down, the beat down that took place on Monday with the belt. I'm just like, Seth being a sympathetic character and just sticking up for Cody like he is. It's just a perfect storm for Cody to say, "Fuck you, dude. Dusty's kid, my ass. You and him. You know,
I'm
I,
Dusty's kid.
I'm Dusty's real kid,
Yep.
and I'm with the final
Which is what he
boss,
said in the documentary.
and the wise man's with me.
Yep.
He's my wise man now.
Yep.
You know." And Roman goes back to basically being a hybrid of the big dog and the tribal chief.
What I'm most looking forward to is Monday. Because depending on what happens Sunday, oh man, Monday is gonna be insane.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be probably the biggest.
It's gonna be insane.
It's going to be the biggest Raw of the year that they're going to let us down with.
I want to see what happens.
Oh,
because
listen. I'm intrigued to see the way this
I wanna
story
see what
plays out. Yeah, I'm
Yep.
intrigued to see the story plays out. I just hope they don't screw it up.
I hope so too.
Yeah,
Just whatever you got planned, please make it intriguing.
yeah,
Which they've been on this direction for the past couple of months to where they're at least trying to lead us there. I do believe that. So whatever it is, I just want to come out on the other side of it and be like, that was some fucking crazy shit. I like it.
yeah.
Because my enthusiasm is up right now. I'm enthusiastic about the ending of WrestleMania 40. It's a time. It's a time. Just make it good, please. Make it good.
That's all we ask. Let's see. Do we get a Roman and Seth reunion down the road? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think you will. I think that's what I'm referring to when I say Roman's redemption story. Roman's redemption story to me was started at WrestleMania because now he's going to have to buddy up with the people like Sami Zayn, like a Seth Rollins,
everybody
like
that
that he's fucked over.
Yep.
They're going to have to band together against this new faction, which I called the Galactic Bloodline. That's what I call it.
Nice. I like it. But yeah, it's
ain't no Nick Wayne's over here.
It's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. And let's not forget, they put that tree up for a reason. And there were some names on that tree that we haven't seen yet. So let's keep that in mind.
Absolutely. And just like what TK's Coke dealer is talking about here with the reunion, a mini Shield reunion would be big business for WWE.
Oh, absolutely.
So they could do that, especially if you build this faction up where Cody's crew versus Roman, a Seth, a Sami Zayn, Jey Uso War Games, possibly a CM Punk.
Yep.
By that time, War Games
we should be healed. Yep.
Yeah. That's big business.
Yep. Hell yeah. So very interesting shit, man.
I think we're gonna see. I believe that we're gonna have another Summer of Punk. I think we're gonna get that.
I think so too, and I think it may be against Drew.
That's a hot feud. I want that one more than I do him versus Seth. I think what's gonna happen if he wrestles Seth, they're gonna have a match, and at the end of it, they're gonna probably shake hands. Like it's gonna be a respect thing. 'Cause it's all about respect with Seth.
Right.
Drew, on the other hand, he's just a swarmy heel. So he's just, I prayed for this and all that shit. You know what I mean? So, I mean, Drew McIntyre is on another whole nother.
Bro, the man went to Mendy's. When I saw that shit, I busted out laughing. I'm like, this dude is a savage. Doing great work though. Shout out to you, Drew. Shout out to you. All right, man. Before we get out of here, any last thoughts?
Nah, just looking forward to seeing what's going to happen this weekend at WrestleMania. Hoping they don't let us down. And that's pretty much it, man.
All right. Should we do a watch party?
Well, you can do a watch party. I have to work. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
So you can do a watch party all damn day long if you want.
All right, for the guys that's here, if you're listening, to let us know if you would like a watch party. If we get enough interest in it, I'm down. I'm down to do it. We'll open up the rooms and we'll host a watch party. So that'll be something. I think I should be available both nights. Friday night, I probably won't be, but we got a lot. We got ROH Supercard of Honor.
Hey, listen. We don't want to hear about all the minor leagues. All right, we're talking about WrestleMania.
Okay, I'm just saying we got a lot that weekend.
No, you got a lot that weekend.
NXT Stand and Deliver.
You got a lot that weekend.
I
don't give a fuck.
We got a lot that weekend, man. Come on, man. Be happy.
Oh, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I'm just not into it like that.
I know.
I used to be.
I know. One day, maybe, hopefully. All right, man.
What was Vince McMahon's song? No Chance in Hell? Is that what it was?
Damn, never say never in the wrestling business.
Hey,
man.
you know, it's funny though, real quick. You know, a certain love letter came out the other day.
Wait, what? What did I miss?
Oh, so Vince McMahon, his attorneys put out a love letter that the accuser wrote to him back in December of 2021. And it was the 24th draft of the letter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But that's another story for another day. Final words for Frank D here is help control the pet population, have your pets spayed or neutered, and that's pretty much all I got. And like what you like, and if they don't like it, don't give a fuck.
For sure. Well, I got nothing else, man. So for everybody that tuned in, thank you. Come hang out with us this weekend. We'll be watching. We'll put the room links in the group. So if you're not in the No Gimmicks Podcast fan group, please go into the No Gimmicks Podcast.
You know what's funny?
What?
This is a real championship right here. That's a real championship. You know, nothing beats the Winged Eagle. You know what I mean?
You got to show off.
Nothing beats the Winged Eagle.
Whatever.
Just saying, brother. Nothing beats the Winged Eagle.
Whatever. Show off.
Thank you.
But follow us. If you're not in the No Gimmicks Podcast fan group, join the No Gimmicks Podcast fan group. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. We will see you guys on the weekend. I will be back tomorrow for NXT Stand and Deliver predictions. Y'all guys keep it tuned in. Until next time, enjoy whatever you want to enjoy. Peace.
And I know it's all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business. We give them no gimmicks.